Today, we've come to step 7 of the 12 steps. Humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. This step may look short on paper, but don't let its size fool you. It carries a depth that can change everything. If step 6 was about readiness, step 7 is about action. Not action in the sense of fixing ourselves, but action in the sense of asking, surrendering, and trusting. Humility sits at the heart of this step. Now, humility doesn't mean groveling or thinking we're worthless. It doesn't mean living in shame. Humility simply means seeing ourselves as we are, no bigger, no smaller. It's having a clear perspective. It's the courage to admit that we can't do this alone and the willingness to ask for help. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Think about the times we've tried to change ourselves through sheer willpower. We make promises, we grit our teeth, we swear it'll be different next time. And yet, sooner or later, we fall back into the same patterns. That's because self-will can only carry us so far. Step 7 invites us to try something different. It invites us to turn our shortcomings over to a power greater than ourselves, to stop carrying the heavy load on our own shoulders. I want you to imagine holding a handful of stones. Each stone is sharp, and you've been squeezing them so tightly that your palms are bleeding. Those stones represent fear, pride, anger, dishonesty, selfishness. They hurt, but you hold on to them anyway because they've been with you so long. Step 6 was realizing you need to let them go. Step 7 is the moment you finally open your hands and say, "Please, take these from me. I don't want to carry them anymore." That's humility. That's asking. That's trust. Now, this doesn't come naturally. Many of us were raised to believe we had to do everything ourselves, to solve our own problems, to never ask for help. But where did that get us? It got us stuck. It got us broken. It got us exhausted. Step 7 says, stop fighting this battle alone. Stop clenching your fists. Humility is not about being less than. It's about finally being free. And here's the beautiful part. When we humbly ask, when we open our hands and release what we cannot carry, change begins. It's maybe not overnight, maybe not in dramatic flashes of lightning, but slowly, gently, like the rising of the sun. Pride begins to give way to humility. Fear loosens into courage. Anger softens into patience. Dishonesty starts to melt into truth. It's not because we forced those changes, it's because we asked. I want you to picture someone who lived with bitterness for years. Every wrong done to them, they stored it up, kept it like ammunition. It gave them a sense of control, but it poisoned their peace. It poisoned their relationships. It kept them locked in a cycle of anger. One day, in step 7, they whispered, "God, I don't want this bitterness anymore. Please, take it from me." They didn't feel much change at first, but over time, something shifted. The bitterness began to lose its grip. Forgiveness became possible. Smiles came easier. And peace, which had been absent for years, finally returned. That's the power of humility. That's the power of asking. Step 7 is not a one-time event. It's a daily posture. Each morning we can pause and say, "Wow, God, please remove the shortcomings that stand in the way of my recovery today." And throughout the day, when pride rises up, when fear takes over, when anger starts to bubble, we can pause again and whisper, "Take this from me. I can't handle it alone." And slowly, the asking becomes a rhythm, and the rhythm becomes transformation. Step 7 is also about trust. Trust that when we let go, we won't be left empty. Trust that when we surrender what is broken, we make space for something new to grow. Trust that the same power that helped us admit our powerlessness in step 1, the same power that offered us hope in step 2, the same power we turned our will over to in step 3, is the same power that can transform us in step 7. So, Let me ask you, what shortcomings are you still gripping tightly? What patterns of pride, anger, fear, or dishonesty are still cutting into your hands like sharp stones? Can you picture yourself opening your hands, lifting them up, and saying, "Please take these from me. I don't want to carry them anymore"? That's step 7. Not perfection, not self-reliance, not shame, just humility, just asking, just trusting that God or your higher power can do for you what you cannot do for yourself. Step 7 is where transformation deepens. It's where the heavy load begins to lighten. It's where humility leads to freedom. And it all begins with a simple, humble request. Please remove my shortcomings. That's the gift of step 7. The courage to ask, the humility to trust, and the freedom that follows when we finally let go.